welcome to the second annual Hater of the Year Award. Last year, it was called the Buck Nasty Memorial Hater of the Year Trophy. This year, it's going to be named the Kendrick Lamar Hater of the Year Trophy.
Yes.
Because of his greatness in hate.
Say Drake.
Hey, 2024, he ruined a man's life. And we all laughed.
It's pretty clear that if we make a trophy, like, you know, like the trophy that's a Slammy's trophy or whatever they give the Heisman brothers is, you know, that, hey, Drake, that goes on top of the trophy.
Got a smile, you got a point.
Uh-huh. With a dimple.
The Hater of the Year would not be anything without Penny Dreadful, Crystal the Casual in the Unicorn Station, and we have our special guest, one of the key founders in Hatred. You might know him as the executive hater. KP is in the house. Shout out to KP.
Thank you. I got my doctorate this year, so the hate doctorate is all good. So shout out to all you lovely people welcoming back to the hate-a-thon. Let's get it.
What is the honorific at the end of it? Do we call you doctor? Do we say
Hater?
like MD, MPH? What's at the end?
It's HR Esquire. Hater Esquire.
Squire.
We'll have to see if we can read your dissertation, your thesis one day.
Yes. It'll be
Why must a man hate?
To hate him is to love him.
But yeah, let's get started. The number one seed, I'm going with CM Punk. CM Punk, like Kendrick Lamar pretty much, because his peak years happened in 2012 and 24. He started off the year coming back from essentially destroying a company because he was on the microphone being hateful. And then he went into the Royal Rumble, his first match, and got hurt immediately by the reigning Hater of the Year, Drew McIntyre. He dedicated all of his hatred in his life into destroying Drew McIntyre's entire life.
I don't know.
And he spent an entire spring just showing up, just being like, say Drew, I hear you like young. Just would go from city to city, just fucking with this guy with this gigantic thing on his arm and just talking shit just the entire time, which culminated in WrestleMania 40, which is one of the greatest moments in hating in professional wrestling, because Drew McIntyre spends an entire year just being a premier hater, just going out of his way, destroying everyone's life, just fucking up everything, talking about Seth Rollins and Cody, then making the shirt of CM Punk in his main event.
That was good work, though. That was amazing.
It culminates in him winning the Elimination Chamber, then going to WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is out there, and then CM Punk, they have him do commentary on two guys that he genuinely doesn't like.
Look at this goof.
Which is all-time great hate. While all this is happening, Drew is just looking at him and doing all of this nonsense, and then he wins the match. Drew McIntyre is just like, well, CM Punk proceeds to like, yep, you guys are gonna have this moment. Proceeds to just beat the shit out of him, hobbled and all, beats him up for Damian Priest to come in, win the championship.
Stocking him up.
And Drew McIntyre's in the middle of the ring like, what the fuck? He spends an entire summer rehabbing, just like, I hate the way that you walk, I hate the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress, I hate the way you speak this. Pure Kendrick. And like to the point where there's a promo where he literally says those lines from Euphoria about Drew McIntyre.
He's a hater. He hates the way I look. He hates the way I walk. He hates the way I talk.
Drew McIntyre gets to be in Clash of the Castle 2, which takes place in his home country in Scotland. The referee gets knocked out of the match, and then there's this new referee that is shot from a distance, and you don't know who it is. And then he counts 1, 2, and then he stops. and we're on the back of this referee, and you're like, wait, why is this referee stopping? But if you know anything, you see the Chicago Michael Jordan ones
The
on his feet,
Jordans, yes.
and you're like, that's not any other ordinary referee. That's CM Punk. And then CM Punk is just like, I'm not going to count 3. What is this? What the fuck do you think this was? It cost Drew McIntyre the match. CM Punk does the deuce in the same way that he did the deuce in that T-shirt that Drew McIntyre was selling about fucking up CM Punk's life.
Yes, like that.
And then CM Punk gets a little bit better, then gets beat up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Drew wins the Money in the Bank.
I can't believe they gave him Chamber and Money in the Bank in the same year just to move this story forward. Ridiculous.
But it's memorable. It's really the only thing that counts. I mean, Drew McIntyre essentially steals the Money in the Bank from Jey Uso because Jey Uso's putting on a pretty good boo-boo face.
It was me all over that, stuff.
I'm losing this match. I don't care. Anyway, since Drew wins that match, he goes and messes up the match between Damian Priest and Seth Rollins. And he enters that match. CM Punk fucks that up again. So he's cost him 2 matches. Like, he's essentially ready to start wrestling again. And then Drew takes his friendship bracelet, and we'll definitely get into that later on. He loses the match to Drew because of Seth Rollins being a hater in his own right. I didn't put Seth Rollins in there because he didn't have a full year of good hate. So he's honorable mention.
Next year, I feel like he'll be on the leaderboard for sure.
Comes back, has a really good strap match to make up for that really incredibly underwhelming match at SummerSlam.
The first one.
Then they proceed to go to Hell in a Cell, which is one of the best Hell in a Cell matches ever.
Yeah.
CM Punk wins. He's just like, I need to take a couple weeks off because I'm hurt. / I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. So he doesn't go to Saudi Arabia.
I'm going to use some PTO right now.
Exactly. Comes back into a storyline of the Bloodline for some reason, because I don't know, they couldn't find a better 5th person. He comes back. Roman Reigns is just like, hey, you're going to be listening to me. And Roman Reigns tries to son him, and then CM Punk sons Roman Reigns in the cage. It's hilarious. CM Punk puts himself over. Everybody does the one. CM Punk can't do the one, so he does the Steph Curry night. Comes back, starts off this year to have the main event of the first Netflix Raw with Seth Rollins, the thorn in his side that he hates so much. Cuts another crazy promo on Cody Rhodes, which that was the thing I forgot to mention earlier. He cuts an insane promo on Cody Rhodes a year before for the Royal Rumble, and then he cuts another one this year.
Almost a whole year apart, yeah.
Gets kicked out of the Royal Rumble by Logan Paul, and then has this really weird, like, 3-way spot of him, Seth, and Roman just beating the shit out of each other for no reason.
That was great. But then, what? We got to see that triple threat, and I feel like we weren't. If it weren't for Dwayne, motherfucker.
Hey, well,
Go on.
It is what it is. The next person in line is Solo Sikoa. So Solo Sikoa is the reason why Cody doesn't win the championship the first time. He helps the Tribal Chief stay the Tribal Chief. Roman has essentially kicked out his other cousins for their brother in real life. And he was his bodyguard to a certain point. During WrestleMania, Solo gets taken out by John Cena and doesn't help Roman retain. Roman just disappears for a little bit, and Solo is just like, you know what? I think I'm the leader because Roman just lost. I lose a bunch of matches, but it's different though. Like, I'm not in the wrong in this. He essentially kicks out Jimmy by recruiting Tama Tonga and
lining up more Samoans. I got more Samoans. You can go.
Numerous Samoans. He got numerous more Samoans.
Like the car that Kendrick was standing on.
Exactly. Like
more Samoans coming out of the car.
More Samoans just coming out of that GNX, just like all day, every day. They have a match at Backlash France where they go against Randy Orton and somebody else we'll talk about later, Kevin Owens, in a street fight, and Tonga Loa comes out, adding some more Samoans to come out of that GNX. That starts his program with Cody Rhodes. Right after that, then this god just shows up and Jacob Fatu and takes all of Solo Sikoa's swagger. Like there is nothing left. Like, you know how the kids say, and no crumbs were left? Literally, no crumbs were left. All of his swagger. So Solo Sikoa is just a hater for the fact that, yes, I have the Ula follow, I'm the king, but this guy is more talented and more charismatic and just all around better than me. So he wins another match against Cody, Randy, and Kevin. And then at SummerSlam, he's about to win the championship, and then you hear Def Rebel fuck up another one of those theme songs for Roman Reigns' new theme song. And Roman Reigns comes in his all infinite Kendrick Lamar hatred. It's just like, hey, you know what? Family Matters was good, but Meet the Grams is coming, motherfucker. And so he just comes out there, fucks up Solo's match, makes him lose, and now he only has a bunch of Samoans. Like Paul Heyman, they beat up earlier, and
do a table.
And then they have a match, Solo and Jacob Fatu against Roddy Codes and Roman. And what happens is everyone just shows up and just like, I got something to do with this. I got something to do with this. Okay. And so
everybody gets a spot.
Cody and Roman beat up Solo Sikoa again. They go to Crown Jewel, and it's a three-way match with the new bloodline against the old bloodline, which is Roman and the Usos. Solo Sikoa pins Roman Reigns, and no one really cares because it's Crown Jewel. So it leads to Survivor Series, where the bloodline and Bronson Reed go against Roman, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and the person that was in the bracket that we're talking about, CM Punk. Solo Sikoa gets bitched again, loses to Roman Reigns. Then Roman Reigns is just like, hey, I'm definitely challenging for this Ula Fala. And Solo's just like, no, this is mine. Fuck you. Fuck you. This is mine. And then obviously, like, it's the premiere match of Netflix. So we get to see Solo Sikoa just lose again. Solo tries to come back with hat in hand, and then now we're seeing the real Tribal Chief and Jacob Fatu take over. So the two people we are talking about are Solo Sikoa and CM Punk. So which one of those two people that I described gets to go to the next round?
Wow. Damn. You go first, KP.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the Solo Sikoa. He was just taking everyone's food. Like all year, all of these guys, all of the bloodline, all the confusion, everything. He was playing the background, and he was still the man. I don't even like CM Punk. Like, he's boring to me. All of that chanting, all Chicago with his pizza and all that other stuff. That's like, who cares, man? I don't care if you give the crowd a whole bunch of pizza. That don't mean nothing to me. Like get in the ring and fight, dude. Like, get out of here. I'm gonna honorably give it to Solo Sikoa just because he introduced Fatu. Just because of that, he introduced his successor. CM Punk hasn't done that yet. Shout out Solo Sikoa for saying, hey man, I don't got it was like the Monstars, and then Fatu took all the juice. He took all the energy, took all the thing from Solo and said, I'm gonna make you get a fake haircut with that black line in it, because I seen it last week. I'm gonna get blonde on top, and I'm a bitch slap you. So Solo Sikoa, just honorably. Not even like he was really hating, because he didn't really hate, but he's just adjacent to the hate. A real hater. Solo Sikoa for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with that. It's Solo for me too, because as soon as Roman fell, if we might say the Roman Empire fell, he just slid right in there and said, it's me. You can't do it anymore. You failed. You're not the champion anymore. left for a while, decided I'm gonna build a brand new bloodline. It's gonna be me, and didn't only just build a brand new thing for himself, but was actively shitting on Roman while he was doing it. And I'm gonna say again, CM Punk was just dishing what he was being given. All he wanted to do was come back and try to, main event of WrestleMania before he had to go off into the distance. All he was trying to do was trying to do what he was trying to do. And Drew couldn't handle it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, hey, Drew hurts.
In battle rap speak, CM Punk is a great rebuttaler. He can rebuttal, he can just throw it back at you, but he can't initiate it. He didn't initiate no hate. Everything he did was in response to what Drew did. It wasn't like he wasn't no hater aficionado. He was a hater rebuttaler. Get CM Punk up out of here.
Don't start no one being, I suppose. I think if CM Punk was starting it, and that's I think the real, like, maybe that's the crux of the matter. Who starts the beef? Who starts it? Are you a true hater in your heart if you start it or if you finish it? In this case, Solo started it. CM Punk was just finishing. For me, it's Solo here.
I agree that if you're starting to hate, that's different than being like, I'm gonna hate because someone did it first. To me, like you said, that's just dishing back what you've been given. But if you're over there like, how can I fuck someone's shit up just because I want to?
There you go.
Kind of like have that energy, like when a cat's like, I'm gonna knock this off the ledge.
I'm hating on CM Punk. Also, he was whispering in the back room with Paul Heyman. You owe me. Hater is up front and personal. Not like you don't be hating behind the scenes. You just hate on camera. He didn't do anything on camera to say I hate you. Nah, man. He was whispering and making up backroom deals and giving him $5 so he can make it 10 like a scam artist. Like, come on, man. Get out of here.
A real hater does it to your face.
We're gonna have Solo Sikoa go into the second round. He is in the.
I love you, Solo. I love you.
He is in the final four of Hatred.